I came from New York City to live the Maine life. I was hired to design outdoor footwear.
I live the Maine life. We're looking for college grads, so come get your check.
I came from Venezuela to live the Maine life. I opened my own restaurant.
Learn more about hundreds of Maine jobs and our tax program for college grads at liveandworkinmaine.com.
Coming up on this week's episode. Cheers. This is great. Thank you, Chef. Thank you, team.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
People are gonna trust us when they put on the record, and what we accomplished, I'm really proud of.
Sold. Cheers.
And this week on Myro Studios, we are hearing the music of Maine's own holler folk band, the Ghost of Paul Revere.
Hi everyone, I'm Erin O'Valley, and this is my partner in crime, Kevin Oates, and you're watching MaineLife.
An echo of an echo is the semblance of a sound, and I press and I've waited with my ear upon the ground. Oh, lover, I'll see you there, waiting in the willows with your autumn hair. Oh, lover, I'll see you there after many miles.
Hi everyone, and welcome to our home here at Myro Studios in downtown Portland, ahead of the 4th of July holiday.
Yes.
You have plans?
I do. Every year I go see the Portland Symphony Orchestra on the Eastern Prom. It's an incredible big fireworks show over the Casco Bay.
And we're gonna give you the skinny because Jack Quirk of Quirk Auto Group, who has been a sponsor and a supporter for, I think, since the beginning, will tell us a little bit more about that. So if you've never been, come and join us.
Absolutely.
And speaking of spectacular, we had quite the treat at Union inside the Press Hotel.
And starting this week, we have a new addition to MaineLife. We have Aimsel Ponti, who is from MaineToday Media and the Portland Press Herald as a writer, which today is in fact her birthday, so happy birthday, Aimsel. And she will be interviewing the bands every single week alongside me, talking about their new music, what's coming up for them, and also what Maine means to them as far as being a musician throughout the state of Maine. So she'll be here every single week. And to kick off this episode and her birthday, we have Maine's own The Ghost of Paul Revere.
And they generously donated their song, After Many Miles, one of my favorites for MaineLife's theme song that you hear each and every week.
So the first song you're gonna hear today is off their last album, Field Notes, called Requiem for Northern Souls, the 20th of Maine.
My name is Andrew Tozier. I'm a child of Litchfield, Maine.
We are proud to support Maine businesses. Not only are they our customers, they are the lifeblood of our state. Whether they're entrepreneurs who have come here to try to grow a business and make a life, or whether they've been in a 6th generation business in Maine, we're proud of them all.
Well, Jenna and I worked together at L.L. Bean for about 10 years. So we knew each other. And Kevin was kind of found his way to us.
Roaming the streets.
Roaming the streets. So we took him in.
Yeah. Yeah, Jim was working in a shared collaborative creative space here in town, and I was working for a company out of state and looking for kind of sort of a base camp office to work out of, and walked into the space one day, met Jim, and really kind of, it felt right, and we started doing some freelance work together, and Jenna came in soon after, and we all started collaborating and realized, hey, this is fun, we're doing good work, let's give this a go. And Blaze was kind of born out of that.
So we are a small team of strategists, and we custom build teams based on what clients need. So if we have a large financial client, we will build a creative team that has a lot of financial experience. If we have a large fashion client, we're going to build a creative team with great fashion experience. But the strategy always lives in-house.
So much of what we do is strategic and it's planning. It's like hard to show a strategy document and be excited about it, but you can kind of see the execution of that in some of the work we've done around town. For Sea Bags, their logo and their tagline, the Press Hotel, their logo and their tagline. Kevin recently worked on Aura, the new nightclub, the identity for that, and all the graphics and all the directional inside. It's the little things that you don't always take notice of, but they are the ultimate outcome of a strategy and the execution.
Also, being a small team, you have to wear a lot of hats. You have to do what you have to do to get anything from a small client request for pricing t-shirts all the way up to helping them come up with their new brand positioning. So it really runs the gamut from small and tactical to large and really strategic. And it really, every day is different, which is the fun part of it.
I love the life my kids have here, the access to the outdoors, truly right out your back door and right outside our office door for that matter, is really important. And it just creates a life of balance.
And Maine in general, I mean, I've got 2 little boys who love the outdoors, who love to ski, love the beach, love all that. And that's for me what, where my free time is spent, is just keeping them connected and keeping them, keep introducing them to Maine in different ways.
And that's what drew me to Maine for many of the same reasons that Kevin and Jenna said. It's just, it's the proximity to so many opportunities, but it's also the people. I really find the people in Maine are just an interesting mix. There's a lot of people from away that have decided to come here. There's a lot of Mainers here as well, obviously. But we're in it together kind of feeling that I don't know that you find in other cities quite the same way.
The definition of my Maine life is eating my way through the state, just exploring and trying to always find someplace new to wander around or get lost in, and then really finding where do we want to eat.
Hi, I'm Jim. I guess I'm just looking for the ideal partner. I love being out in the wild, taking the road less traveled. I want someone who gets along with my friends, someone I can really share my life with. I guess I'm just looking for someone I can really connect with. Hi, I'm Jim. Nice to meet you.
It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
We're sitting here at your brand new office. It looks beautiful here on Broadway. This is considered the Mill Creek neighborhood in South Portland. Yeah. You did a fabulous job. Tell us a little bit about how you got here and how you evolved as a company.
We didn't plan on growing and being a large property management company. We started out just owning our own properties. We started Aquarius Property Management to have an actual structured company. People just liked what they saw online with our own properties, called us to manage for them, and we grew. At Aquarius Property Management, our tagline is residential leasing done right, and we really do take that to heart. We provide our services in a very thoughtful way. For our owners, we offer them full service property management. We don't consider ourselves a traditional property management company because of that. Most importantly, what we really focus on is the lease and making sure that the lease is done correctly, and that matters to both the owner and to the tenant. At one point we decided to sell all of our own properties. When we sold, one of the things we sold was the building where we had our office, and so we had to very quickly find something new, and we were fortunate to find this great building. We have grown our office here. We've also put on an addition in the back, so we're open to welcoming some new tenants to come share this great space with us.
So if you're an owner, a property owner or a renter, you don't know what you don't know, right? So we have Linda, the expert here, and you're gonna give us, each time we see you here on MaineLife, a new tip to take away?
Well, my tip for today would be to suggest that property owners and renters as well, just step outside your house and make sure that your house address is visible from the street. During this time of the year, it's easy for it to become covered with a tree or shrub, and you just don't even realize it. But if there is an emergency and the fire department or an ambulance needs to find your home, they need to be able to see where that number is. So make sure that it is visible, and maybe visible from a couple of different locations. The same would hold true for inside of an apartment building, making sure that there are unit numbers on every single door.
Hey!
What a treat! How's it going?
Great, what's happening? Glad you guys are here.
This is actually my first time at the chef's table.
You're kidding.
Why did it take me 2 years?
I don't know. Let's make sure it doesn't happen again. Yeah, stay
So
up
my
here.
co-host, Kevin.
Yes, Kevin, what's up, man? What's
going on?
How are you?
Lovely meeting you.
Great.
So, I'm going to put a plug in because you're humble, but we
Pretty
are
humble.
in the company of the 2017 Maine Chef of the Year,
Yep.
awarded by the Maine Restaurant Association.
Yes, it was. A lot's happened in such a short time span, you know? We're pretty blessed.
Josh, what inspires you when you cook? I mean, you've got a lobster on your arm, so I'm gonna
Born and
assume-
raised in Maine, you know what I mean? So it's a big thing for me, you know? And I've worked all over the country, all over the world, you know, I've been around, and the goal was always to come back to Maine. You know, that's the goal. And what really inspires me after working all over the world in the South, and you need seasons. And in Maine, you know when it's like summertime, and you know when it's fall and winter. You know, we have those defined seasons. We need those drastic seasonal changes to bring about the new ingredients.
So tell us the background behind Union. It's a very simple name, but it's a very strong name.
It does, it
so
means
tell
a
us
lot.
where it came from
So
as a team.
when we decided to name the restaurant Union, it really came about by so think about the word union as a union between the chef and the food they're creating, right? Or a chef and my guests. I mean, I couldn't do what I do here without you guys and without the producers and the cheesemakers and the fishermen and the lobstermen. We wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? So they need us, we need them, you need me, I need you. It all works together, you know what I mean?
that.
And it makes that great union. We're gonna cook some stuff for you guys today, right?
Yep.
We're gonna start off with what's called panis, and it's like a chickpea fritter, and it's served with some black quinoa, some really fresh radish, and the plate up is kind of dramatic. It looks fun. And then we have some local tuna, and we're gonna do like tataki, which means it's seared really fast, but served rare, almost like sushi. And we have a little bit of marinated cabbage with that, and it's gonna be like money, delicious.
Before we cut in.
Yeah, we're all doing this one now. Yeah.
Insta, hashtag union.
Yep, that's right. Turn it on now. Yeah. Nice. I need handles after this. We gotta put them all in.
All right.
Yum.
Oh, nice. I like the little cheers right there. We have to finish with dessert because that's my favorite.
Obviously.
Yeah. So we got to do some dessert stuff.
What a treat, my friend. So you can have a reservation made.
Yep.
Call ahead, 4 people.
Yeah, we can fit 4. It's tight. 2 is like ultra perfect, you know. 3 is even fun. Normally we just do like 5 courses, right? It's $80 a head, and then you can add wine pairings to it if you want. And then if we're really feeling it and we're having a great time, we'll throw some extra courses out, you know, and it's fun to go back and forth like that and to really just like hone it in on the guest, yeah.
I love it. The chef's table here with executive chef Josh Berry.
Incredible.
Cheers.
I love the cheers with the spoons, guys. You're nailing it. You're on you're starting something now, yeah.
Time now to feature our furry friends in this week's Maine Tales. Meet Polo. And thank you to Proud Dad Gil for sending in those clips of Polo. Polo most recently moved from Bangor to Portland. He was a patient at Bangor Veterinary Hospital, but he's looking for a new veterinarian. There's so many good ones in the community. If you'd like your furry friend to be featured here on MaineLife, you can email us at info@mainlifemedia.com.
And we're starting something new this week. We are actually going to learn more about the bands we feature each and every week on MaineLife. And so we're going to dive into learning about the Ghost of Paul Revere, what's coming up for them, especially with their new album, and take a listen to this new song off that album called As We Know. All right, so with the new album though, like, what's the biggest departure from past Ghost tunes?
Every other Ghost record has been live in front of microphones, and this one was not. This one was we put it together kind of piece by piece, especially when we, halfway through recording, we decided we wanted to add percussion to the record, and once that happened, it gave us all an opportunity to play with stuff like electricity and organs and pianos and string parts.
Yeah, it's pretty lush. A lot of strings actually. About 8 of the songs have strings on it, and then there's a little bit of horns on there.
I mean, it took us a lot longer to record this record than anything we've done before. The other, Believe, I think we recorded in 4 days, and this one was, I think, 19 days in the studio.
It's definitely more substantial in terms of content and creativity.
When it was all done right, what was it like figuring out the sequencing of the album?
And it was kind of cool because the last Believe, our last full length, we wanted it on vinyl, but it wasn't set up for vinyl. There's definitely a structure and kind of a length for sides and kind of where you put the first song, where you put like the last song of your side A or side B. So this one definitely felt like we planned it out for vinyl, which felt really good because it had that kind of
side A and a side B.
Yeah.
Lyrically, Max and I both brought a lot of different things to the table for this record, but at the same time, they all had really similar themes, which was kind of crazy.
Right. A lot of kind of like going through hard spots and coming out the other side.
It was an interesting transition and sometimes a frustrating one, but like also we weren't afraid to kind of grow and change what we were doing. I think that people are gonna trust us when they put on the record, and what we accomplished, I'm really proud of. So.
Yeah.
It's close.
The day I turned to walk away, but never got too far.
At Town & Country, we continue to grow a collaborative and innovative environment for our employees. And as such, we value supporting others, such as the Game Changers, who pursue their passions to make Maine a better place to live and work.
We have our game changer here today, Aram Mitchell, Executive Director of Renewal in the Wilderness. Moved here in 2015, that's right. But you were in Maine for good.
Absolutely, I got my roots sunk deep.
Yeah, so tell us, what brought you to Maine?
Well, my nieces were growing up too fast, too far away, so that's what initially brought me. But I also had this opportunity, this incredible opportunity to take the organization called Renewal in the Wilderness and give it a new beginning, a new home, and a new vision.
So what's the vision?
So the what of what we do is we guide wilderness trips for people doing good things in the world. Looking for those people who are out there invested in what we call the ecology of compassionate professionals. So a whole diverse array of people who are really weaving compassion into the social fabric of our shared lives. So I think of social workers and therapists and faith leaders and chaplains and educators, and the list goes on, first responders and nurses. And oftentimes these people are in professions where they're overworked and undercompensated and rapidly burning out. And so we are pushing back against that as a means of helping the helpers continue to do their thing in the world.
Yeah, they need to be fed too.
They do. Yeah, they need their spirits of compassion to be sustained. And the wilderness is a great resource for sustenance.
In the Maine wilderness, tell me where you go and where you bring your peeps.
Well, that's been one of the delights of the past couple years of my life, has been exploring the beautiful array of opportunities for wilderness renewal that there are here in Maine. And we try to offer a variety of experiences that differ in kind of how immersive in the wilderness and how long in duration. So a few weeks ago I was paddling the Allagash, and wherever there's a little bit of wilderness and a lot of imagination, we'll go there. Maine's a brilliant place for that.
Yeah, good spot to pick.
It is indeed.
So Jess Knox, our host, he is working on his moonshot right now, so he can't be here. And he would ask you, what is your moonshot, your goal, your ideal situation for renewal in the wilderness?
Yeah, I love that. For me, success with renewal in the wilderness, what that would look like is not only using wilderness to provide personal experiences of renewal for these really beautiful and heroic individuals, but using it as an opportunity to create space for solidarity, so that ecology of caring professionals can be more integrated, more connected. We can do a lot more if we're working at it together.
Well, you're doing
here
it.
in Maine.
Well, good job, my friend.
Thanks, Erin.
And how people can get involved and learn more on your website?
Yes, renewalinthewilderness.org.
You're cool. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
In just a few days, thousands and thousands of people will gather here on the Eastern Prom to celebrate our independence, take in the beautiful view, and enjoy the sounds of the Portland Symphony Orchestra. Stars and Stripes Spectacular would not be made possible without the support of a handful of donors. We're now going to chat with one of the founding sponsors, Jack Quirk, president of Quirk Auto Group, owner of Fiat of Portland, and their newest addition, Alfa Romeo. Tell us what it means for you guys. You sponsor a lot of events and a lot of programs throughout the state, but this one is in particular pretty special. It's your 8th year now. Why do you do it?
Well, it's a tradition, a family tradition. I can remember back when my parents used to take me and my 4 brothers back when we were a lot smaller, wanted to carry on that tradition.
And you have food trucks, you can bring your blanket, your family, friends. It's a whole day, really.
It's a whole day.
Now let's talk business. So I've also had the privilege for 2 seasons here on MaineLife to drive our Fiat 500. Phoebe was last year, Rosie we've got this year. You're the only dealership in the state that offers a Fiat.
That's correct. And we've just been awarded the new Alfa Romeo franchise.
And it's special, right? Because Fiat and Alfa Romeo have such a following, and it's different, it's boutique.
It is, very much so. It's very stylish, it has a lot of power.
They are sexy. So I'm not gonna cheat on Rosie just yet, but we should definitely go check some out. Maybe I could take
Why
one
not?
for a test
there
drive.
You go. Yes.
Twist my arm.
Perfect day for it.
Whoa. I've never driven anything like that. Bye.
Bye.
Sold.